Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Next week's episode of WWE Raw was taped immediately following the latest installment of the show. One of the major matches advertised for that episode is the crown jewel rematch between Seth Rollins and Bronson Reed. After the match was taped, a picture of Bronson Reed from the show started going viral on Twitter/X. This has since resulted in a trending query among fans regarding whether Reed is related to Roman Reigns. The answer is no. Speaking of Reed's background, the former NXT North American champion was born to Australian parents of Samoan descent. However, unlike bloodline stars such as Roman Reigns, The Rock, The Usos, Solo Sikoa, and Jacob Fatu, he is not part of the Inoue family. The rivalry between Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins started a few months ago. In one of the most shocking WWE moments of the year, Reed hit Rollins with 6 consecutive tsunamis from the top rope, sidelining Rollins for several weeks. In a recent interview, Reed revealed that this angle was initially planned to be much shorter. It was ultimately Triple H's idea to have Reed completely decimate Rollins. Bronson shared that fans in attendance initially booed him after the first 2 tsunamis, but by the time he climbed to the top rope again, they were chanting for more. The world of professional wrestling is filled with larger-than-life characters, intense rivalries, and storied family legacies. Among the most famous wrestling families in WWE history is the Inoue family, with members such as Roman Reigns, the Usos, and their legendary Samoan heritage at the core of their success. This heritage has led many fans to wonder if other WWE superstars, such as Bronson Reed, share any familial connections with the Inoue dynasty. So, is WWE star Bronson Reed related to Roman Reigns? The short answer is no. They are not directly related by blood. However, the wrestling world is often intertwined with various alliances, traditions, and informal family bonds, making this question more intriguing than it might seem at first. Before diving into whether Bronson Reed is related to Roman Reigns, it's essential to understand the significance of the Inoue family in professional wrestling. The Inoue family, a Samoan-American dynasty, is one of the most influential and decorated families in the history of the industry. They have produced several legends, many of whom are still active today. Roman Reigns, born Lady Joseph Inoue, is perhaps the most famous member of this family in the modern WWE era. The family's legacy in wrestling goes back decades, with figures such as Afa and Sika, the Wild Samoans, paving the way for future generations. These 2 men were among the first Samoans to make a significant impact in WWE, holding tag team championships and helping to establish the Inoue name in the wrestling world. Since then, the Inoue family has produced a wealth of talent, including The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, who is one of the most marketable stars WWE has ever seen, and the Usos, Jimmy and Jey Uso, who are part of the current tag team scene in WWE. Roman Reigns' position at the top of WWE, as the tribal chief and holder of the Universal Championship, continues to solidify the family's dominance in the industry. He is part of the younger generation of the Inoue family, and his rise to prominence has made him one of the most recognized wrestlers in the world today. Bronson Reed, born Jermaine Haley, is an Australian professional wrestler who made a name for himself on the independent circuit before joining WWE. He is a towering figure in the ring, known for his power, agility, and imposing presence. Reed initially gained recognition as a dominant force in WWE's NXT brand, where he was known for his monstrous persona and impressive in-ring abilities. His size and strength set him apart from other wrestlers, earning him a loyal fan following. After leaving WWE in 2021, Reed returned to the independent circuit and later joined New Japan Pro Wrestling, NJPW, where he was able to further develop his character and enhance his wrestling skills. His return to WWE in 2023 was met with significant anticipation, as fans eagerly awaited his re-entry into the company's main roster. Despite his success, Reed's wrestling journey has been very different from that of Roman Reigns, especially when it comes to family connections. While both Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed have made substantial impacts in WWE and share a similar stature and wrestling style, there is no direct familial connection between the two. Roman Reigns is part of the famous Inoue family, as previously discussed. On the other hand, Bronson Reed's background does not link him to this Samoan wrestling dynasty. Reed was born in Australia, and his ethnic background is not Samoan. In interviews and discussions, Reed has not mentioned any connection to the Inoue family or the Samoan wrestling legacy. His wrestling journey is primarily marked by his work on the independent scene and his time in Japan before returning to WWE, but there has been no indication of any blood relation to Roman Reigns or the Inoue family. Although Reed and Reigns are not related by blood, it's worth noting that wrestling often creates informal, familial bonds between wrestlers. The world of professional wrestling is built on shared experiences, training together, and traveling on the road. This environment often fosters close-knit relationships, where wrestlers view each other as extended family members, even if they aren't related by genetics. In fact, Roman Reigns has a deep respect for many wrestlers outside of his immediate family. Over the years, he has forged friendships with individuals from various wrestling backgrounds. Similarly, Bronson Reed, although not related to the Inoue family, has been a part of the WWE and wrestling circuits for a long time. And it is possible that he has formed relationships with various members of the Inoue clan, including Reigns. However, these would be professional bonds rather than familial ones. In wrestling, families extend beyond bloodlines. For example, The Rock, while part of the Inoue family, has often considered wrestlers from other backgrounds as part of his wrestling family. This concept of wrestling families is widespread, and the mutual respect and camaraderie among wrestlers are often as strong as familial ties. This is one of the reasons why fans sometimes mistakenly assume that wrestlers from similar backgrounds or with similar traits must be related. Despite the lack of a familial connection, there are some interesting parallels between Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed. Both wrestlers share a physical presence in the ring that commands attention. Reigns is known for his immense size and athleticism, which allows him to dominate opponents, while Reed similarly has a powerful and intimidating build. Both wrestlers excel at portraying dominant characters, with Reigns embracing the role of the tribal chief, a ruler of his own dynasty, while Reed uses his power to overpower his opponents. In terms of wrestling styles, they also share a love for hard-hitting, power-based moves, though Reigns' recent character has evolved to emphasize his psychological dominance and manipulative storytelling, while Reed tends to lean more toward the brute force side of wrestling. These similarities may be why fans sometimes speculate about a connection between the two, but ultimately they are distinct in their personal backgrounds and family histories. In the world of professional wrestling, family ties and shared legacies are essential elements that often fuel the storylines and rivalries that fans love. While Roman Reigns is undeniably connected to one of the most prestigious wrestling families in history, and Bronson Reed has carved his own path to success, there is no blood relation between the two. However, this does not diminish the possibility of mutual respect and camaraderie that can exist between wrestlers who share similar traits or backgrounds. In the end, while Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns may not be related, both are exceptional athletes who have made their mark on WWE in their own unique ways.